time for some space.
A salty new discovery hints at potential for alien life at an unexpected solar system location. Hmm. Dwarf planet Ceres. Isn't that from fucking Metro? Isn't that the planet from Metroid?
Saris?
Yeah,
I don't know.
I think it is. Might be hiding something from us. Giant Metroids. Um, reservoirs of brine deep in its rocky interior. In a recent paper in the Planetary Science Journal, a team of planetary scientists suggested shortly after Ceres was formed, internal heat caused rocks in its mantle to release water, salts, and other compounds. Those changes left holes, or pores, in the surrounding rock, which filled with the newly released fluid. It's sexual, isn't it? If they're right, the briny mixture may have reshaped Ceres's surface and could raise interesting questions about habitability on the inner solar system's only dwarf planet. Wow.
Oof, it's getting steamy over here.
Yeah. What's new? The study authors modeled what happened to those rocks and ices that make up Ceres as it heated and cooled over the course of 4.5 billion years since its formation. They found that certain rocks in the mantle, like serpentine and carbonate minerals, experience physical and chemical changes when heated. The same process that creates metamorphic rock like slate. You like that fucking slate, don't you? Which
Yep,
forms
it's
from
hard.
shale. You dirty fucking shale. Here on Earth. As part of those chemical changes, the rocks release compounds like water and an assortment of salts that once had been part of their basic structures.
Ooh.
According to the model, see, look, there's even models in it.
There's even models in here? Jesus.
Fuck, this is getting hot. Those chemicals may have been formed pockets of briny liquid. A brine is water mixed with salt. If you didn't know what brine was, it's just salt water. And that means familiar table salt, but also various combinations of elements like potassium, sulfur, calcium, and oxygen. And Ceres mantle. Oh, okay. That liquid, which geologists call metamorphic fluids. Oof, I thought metamorphic fluids is just pee.
Yep, now we're just getting
It's
now
it's
we're getting
just
body
pee.
fluids into it.
It's just pee. Okay, Ceres isn't squirting. It's pee. Probably contains large amounts of sodium, sulfur, carbon-based compounds like carbonate, bicarbonate, carbon dioxide, as well as a lot of methane. Oh, it's farting on your face too. This is
Now we're going somewhere that I don't like to go on the
It's
internet.
fucking dirty. And it's alkaline, meaning it has a pH between 8 and 10. Oof. The overall composition of the brine appears to be quite similar to the compositions of soda lakes in the eastern African Rift Valley in Kenya. Wow, we got Space Kenya. That's fucking wild.
Space Kenya.
Space Kenya. Jet Propulsion Laboratory geophysicist Mohit Daswani tells Inverse, adding that the only major difference in is the fluid's origin. See? Whether it
How
comes
do we
from
know all this?
whether it comes from the butt or the fucking
Yeah,
urethra. Like where's it coming from in the planet?
yeah.
In the East African Rift Valley, evaporation concentrates the salt and microbial communities produce the methane biologically. On the other hand, in Ceres, the fluid composition is a result of heating and devolatilizing the rocks of the mantle over time.
Okay.
Most of Ceres's deep buried liquid should eventually have worked its way up through the kilometer of rock where it may have left salty frozen deposits on the surface of the site called ahunamans. It is likely too cold for liquid brines to be stable directly beneath the surface features, but the brines that led to the surface deposits may be present below in the mantle. This one he tells in first. So other data from the Dawn mission suggest that those brines probably come from about 40 kilometers below the surface in the upper layers of the mantle. That's fucking crazy.
Okay, so basically what they're saying is that there's these brines underneath, and they've eventually pushed their way to the top where they would then freeze and deposit this residue.
Yeah, and we don't need to know the background here.
No, not at all.
Let's see why it matters. Why does it matter to us? Why am I reading this? I don't know. I didn't check it before I
Well,
fucking
because
shared it.
because we know that I imagine it's going to be that we know that life here on Earth formed in a brine similar to that.
Oh, maybe. If Ceres mantle still contains open spaces full of salty liquid, those places could even be habitable niches. Ooh, give me those niches. If the brines found their way upward through cracks in the rocky icy crust into the subsurface ocean that could have helped refill that ocean. In the first 3 billion years of Ceres's history, when radioactive decay deep inside the planet was heating things up, metamorphosis in the mantle may have released quintillions of kilograms of water. Wow, that's wet.
Yeah, it is.
At least some
Wop.
of wet ass
Ass
planet. At least some of that water could have found its way into Ceres's subsurface ocean through cracks and fissures in the planet's crust. The metamorphic fluids would have been much hotter than the relatively cool ocean, making the planet places where they flowed up from the mantle something like deep sea hydrothermal vents here on Earth, except with a
Yeah,
different mix of chemicals. Okay. And
makes sense.
today, pockets of metamorphic fluids in Ceres' mantle could even be habitable niches deep underground, reservoirs of alien life inside. If Ceres' mantle is mostly porous rock filled with briny fluids, that could explain a lot why Ceres looks like the way it does. Daswani and his colleagues say that enough brine in the planet's middle layer could have caused the rock above it to relax, slowly rebounding from the dents left by the meteor impacts. This is fucking filthy.
You always gotta relax, man. Don't tense up.
No, it just hurts more. That could have
Yeah.
effectively erased the large craters that should have marked the dwarf planet's surface around 4 billion years ago during a period of the solar system's history called, I almost said the latte heavy bombardment,
Wow.
late heavy bombardment, which may help explain why Ceres' subsurface has fewer large old craters than every other model of the early source. Oh, so it's tight. It's new.
Yep. It is new.
Okay. And what's next? Future research will brine sloshing around, blah blah blah.
So they're just gonna try to find where the brine is.
Yeah.
They're looking for the sloshing.
The idea is to
They're
find.
listening for the noise, baby. Listening for the noises.
That's the
I was
sound of
thinking more of
brine.
like, well, since they're listening for a slosh, wouldn't it be more of a wet, squishy sound?
I don't think my mic picked it up, but I think I just
It
made my
did.
fucking
It
shit.
did.
Okay.
It did.
There you go. That's
Yeah, there you go.
an artist recreation of the planet fucking itself with brine.
Nice.
Wow. Yeah, so that's now that we're all steamed up, let's get let down.